what I am looking forward to. It's happening by default. But damn it, the opportunity is there. I mean, what do I care? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I wish them all well.
I know.
Jason Tatum was here last week. Nothing but love for the brother. I wish him a speedy recovery. Not fast. Not fast. But you know, take the season off. Relax. You know, Tyrese Halliburton, take the season off. Go ahead. Cleveland and Detroit, I recognize Detroit is coming. The Cavaliers, they wet the bed last year. I think they'll try to make up for it this year. Donovan Mitchell's my boy. I love him. The brothers big time. But the opportunity is there.
Is there?
To go to the NBA Finals. I am picking the New York Knicks to represent the Eastern Conference in the Finals. The Finals will be here in the Big Apple. The Finals. The final.
So it's failure if y'all don't get to the finals.
All right, we gotta go.
Failure if they don't get to the finals.
Even though they ran their head coach right on out of town,
Right,
he didn't find a replacement. They're going to the finals.
You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that.
I mean,
Mike Brown could coach. Mike Brown could coach. Mike Brown could coach. Go.
What LeBron had to say today on Media Day.
Well, he said all the right things. The most important thing is that he's excited, he's motivated, and that means that Rob Pelinka and the Lakers front office did their job this offseason, right? If he's coming into training camp and he's happy and he's excited about this season, he's excited about the moves that they made. And I'm excited as well. I'm very high on the Los Angeles Lakers. I got them right up there with OKC and Houston, and I wouldn't be surprised if this team make it to the NBA Finals. They have a lot of young veteran guys. I love what Rui Hachimura brings to the game. Austin Reeves, we saw flashes of what he could be last year for us, the strides he took offensively. Luka in great shape. They got a point of attack defender and Marcus Smart on the perimeter. And DeAndre Ayton, I believe we're going to see the best version of him, something that we haven't seen in a long time. His mental is going to be there. So I'm high on this Los Angeles Lakers team, and if you're the Los Angeles Lakers, you feel good about what LeBron James is saying right now, because that means he's excited and motivated, and he's pleased about what they did this offseason.
Bobby?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing for me was, where was LeBron's mindset? The last time we saw him was limping off the court in Game 5, and as you heard in his interview, he still has that love to play the game. Here's a player that's 40 years old and is still a top 10 player in the NBA, and what LeBron said is that when that love for the game isn't going to be there, that's going to be his signal to walk away from it, and it's not going to be how great Luka is and what next year could look like. It's when he'll know when he's done playing, but he's not done quite yet. He still thinks that this team certainly can contend in the Western Conference here, and he looks, certainly from a health standpoint, that's going to be the biggest thing as far as where he is this year, because as I said, he's coming off that knee injury from that Minnesota series.
Yeah, it'll be fascinating to see. I do think the Houston situation at point guard is something obviously to monitor, but I'm with you guys. I think this team can be a top 4 or 5 team in the Western Conference, which will be tightly contested. Luka's looking great. Almost as good as Perk is looking these days. Perk is looking like a skinny Luka out there right now. All right, let's move on here. One of the storylines
Medium, George.
Oh, medium, okay. One of the storylines that's dominated the offseason has been the NBA's investigation to the alleged cap circumvention between the Clippers and Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi has yet to speak on the allegations, but while we wait for Leonard to hit the podium, here's a straightforward denial from Clippers President of Basketball Operations, Lawrence Frank.
The salary cap governs everything we do. Our mission every day is to build the best team we can under the constraints of the cap. There is no gray area. There are no secret shortcuts. It's clear what we are and are not allowed to do. The accusations made against us are serious, and they don't line up with my experience, my reality. We will cooperate with this investigation and let this process play out. But we're eager for the whole truth, the whole picture. We're very confident that we're on the right side of things. Dennis knows the rules, Kawhi knows the rules, Mitch Frankel knows the rules, and we know the rules.
Bobby, where do you lie on all of this thus far?
Yeah, I mean, it's similar to what I said a couple weeks ago when I was on the show. What the optics say and what the eventual proof will eventually say are probably two different things here. Listen, we live in a world where salary cap circumvention is the cardinal sin when it comes to how the league looks at it and how the teams go about their business here. And I believe what Lawrence Frank said on TV or on when he did his media conference earlier today. They're not going to salary cap circumvent to basically go out and pay Kawhi Leonard more than what they already paid him, which was the maximum salary allowed here. We'll let this investigation play out. If they are convicted of it, yes, they will pay a significant penalty. But until they are convicted of it, I believe where the Clippers are right now.
Medium perk.
I'm with Bobby. Like, we got to let this play out. You know what I mean? A pair of lips could say anything. You have the reports, but let the investigation take place. Let it happen, and let's see where it's at right now. I mean, once it's over with, but as of right now, it's just a lot of speculation, and so, you know, I'd rather not even, you know, dive too deep into it.
Yeah, look, the league is going to take its time. We know they've hired an independent investigator in this particular situation. And I think you do take your time in this situation because you want to make sure that whatever you find, you give the investigation firm an ample amount of time to dig into things and make sure. All right, Malika, great stuff from you and Steph there. All right, Perk, got to ask you, what's Chef Curry going to have to cook up this season to reach the expectations that they have for themselves?
Well, I mean, he's going to have to play like a top 10 player in the league. And one thing, I would never go against the light-skinned brother with the green eyes, especially with him having Jimmy Butler alongside of him. But the problem that I do have is that Malika just talked about it and asked Steph about it, about basically not having, you know, everybody there for us to start a training camp. And I know how vital it is when you're trying to compete for a title and go win a championship, especially getting out of a tough Western Conference. It is crucial to get off a great start. Training camp is more about just what you do on the floor, but it's about the camaraderie, the chemistry that you build off the floor, and they really have to get this Jonathan Kuminga situation done real quick, whether it's, you know, they're going to come to agreement and sign them and he's going to show up or whatever the case may be, but they need to get this behind them.
Bobby?
Yeah, I mean, I think we have to look at what they did after the Jimmy Butler trade last year as far as being one of the best teams in the Western Conference and what this team could have been if Stephen Curry had remained healthy here. I think I look at big picture for where this Warriors team is. If we're looking at tiers in the Western Conference, I think they're in the tier 3 among all teams. Oklahoma City's in tier 1 by themselves. And then we look at teams certainly like Houston and Denver in that tier 2. Clippers, I would also put there. And then them and the Lakers in tier 3, but certainly with room to improve to get to that tier 2. My big concern with Golden State is, as Perk just said, the Kuminga situation here. We're going to get some clarity on that by Wednesday, October 1st, when that qualifying offer is set to expire, if he takes that, or a new deal. And then also the age of this roster, when you have 4 players, now added Al Horford, who are in their mid-30s, who are going to play a lot of minutes during this year. If they can get that Kuminga situation resolved and kind of block out the noise, yes, I do think this Golden State team can be one of these teams that can contend